Welcome back to PPR's King of the Grid, where our drivers battle one-on-one bracket style, single elimination in a 5-lapper showdown. This is our PC bracket, so let's continue where we left off for our 1 versus 8 seed battle.
Here we have the number 8 seed Kublai versus the number 1 seed Sloppy. Lights out, and we are underway here in the UK. Kublai getting a good launch there. Ozone, Sloppy McFloppy trying to get up the inside into turn 1. Looks like he's going to try to get the move done there. Nothing really going. That Red Bull being very defensive. Now coming back at him. The Mercedes driver trying to go around the outside into turn 3. He will think better of that, though. Red Bull doing well to cover off, Kublai doing well to cover off any advances from Ozone. Of course, both these cars are on the red striped tire and will be fully charged up on light fuel load. Kublai is going to be served a 2-second time penalty, unfortunately, most likely for disobeying track limits. So as it stands right now, Ozone will be the winner unless Kublai can pull out some kind of gap and go around the outside there of the Red Bull. Can the Mercedes driver get it done? Yes, Kublai sliding all over the place. Unfortunately, he'll have to concede that position, but don't think the Red Bull driver's done yet. Let's see how he does on lap 4 of this cage match here. Some connection issues for Ozone there into turn 1. Red Bull's looking very pacey through the corners. No surprises there, though. Turns 2 and 3, smooth. Sloppy McFloppy trying to take a bit of a wider line, maybe to slow Kublai's run through there. Kublai is going to have the DRS. He's going to have a look up the inside. Oh, Sloppy McFloppy going very defensive, trying to keep that inside line. Into the double right-hander. Looks like he'll just come out on top. Ooh, but Kublai's going to try to poke his nose back in. Good of Sloppy to leave him just enough room there. Oh, and the Red Bull's going to run wide, and he is off the track. That is a spin, and that will likely do it for this race, folks. A very hard-fought battle, but in the end, looks like Ozone, Sloppy McFloppy will come out on top. We'll come into the final complex of turns. He will take this race head and shoulders, folks. How do you like that? The number 90 silver arrow. Good for Ozone, Sloppy McFloppy, and 12 seconds behind is Kublai. And that's race run, folks. Congratulations to Sloppy McFloppy. Definitely earning that number 1 seed status. Kublai, unfortunately, coming home 12 seconds behind his opponent.
Next up, we have the number 13 Henners versus the number 5 Cream. 5 red lights, and it's lights out. They get away. Henners getting a good start in the McLaren there. Cream will tuck in behind into turn 1. Henners with a good start there, staying way out in front. Cream John's not a chance. Looking for a lunge there maybe. Stays tucked in behind Henners. As they flow through turns 1, 2, 3, and 4. Coming on to the first main straight of the circuit. Henners way out in front now. Over half a second ahead. Cream will not have a chance to dive bomb here. Henners going a bit wide there on the exit. This allows Cream to get nice and close within 3/10 now. No DRS just yet, but he may have the power to try and make a move here. Henners going a little defensive. And Cream goes up the inside of Henners. They're going side by side now. Henners still on the inside. Cream going way around the outside. Henners will hold the position out in front. Cream stays tucked in behind, but he's right on the tail now of Henners. Henners get a little wide out of Maggots and Beckett's here. Cream right on his back still. Within 2/10. He's going to make the move here. Goes round the outside. Gets the move done before the braking zone. Henners will tuck in behind Creamy. And try to get a better exit out of his third to last corner. Cream will stay ahead though going into the final sector. Henners does now have DRS as he's closing in on Creamy Johns, looking for a move possibly. Stays back though, playing it safe. Gets a nice exit there. right on the back within 3/10 of Creamy John's in the Mercedes up front. Creamy John's hits the dirt, goes, spins a little bit, but saves it. Henner's will take the lead due to the mistake of Creamy. Luckily, Creamy kept it out of the wall and stays on his feet as he's now tucked in right behind Henner's. Going through Maggots and Beckett's now. Right on the back of Henner's. A little bit of oversteer there from Cream, as well as Henner's. 2 mistakes cancel out. Now here comes Creamy Johns with the DRS. See if he makes a move here. Goes to the outside. They're side by side into the corner. Creamy goes around the outside. And Henner's will have to back off and tuck in behind Creamy Johns. So Creamy Johns up into P1 now. Here comes Henner's now up the inside of Creamy, going to turn 1. They're side by side. Henner's comes out on top. He's now up into P1. Through Maggots and Beckett's. Cream has a solid exit. Activates that DRS. Plenty of ERS to charge and try and make a move on Henner's. Screaming through that slipstream. Goes down the inside. Gets the move done. Nice and easy. No questions about it. Henner's still within a second now, though, as we move on to the final lap of the race. Out of Maggots and Beckett says Creamy goes a little wide. This is Henner's last chance now. Activates that DRS. Minimal ERS left. Using every single ounce of battery he has left. Goes around the outside. Creamy goes defensive. He'll hold off the line, but Henner's may have the better exit out of this corner. As he's right behind Creamy now. Will he make a lunge? He'll stay off and try and maybe make a last-minute move around the final corner. Comes around behind Creamy Johns, and Creamy Johns will be your winner of this challenge. So Creamy Johns moves on to the semifinals, and Henner's will unfortunately have to go home.
We are now live for the next round of King of the Grid here. The number 11 seed Ramrod versus the number 3 seed Capita Hood. And we're underway here in the UK. Ramrod getting a good launch there. Capita Hood, though, going to have that inside line. Let's see who comes out on top through turn 1. That's the Toro Rosso staying just in front. Ooh, almost being pushed a little wide there, but Capita Hood's back in the fight. Into turn 2. Let's see if he can get past the Honda-powered car there. Nothing really going. Ramrod's going to take it real smooth through there. Get a nice short shift down. Fire up those tires and get the power on early. But Capita Hood's got a way better launch through there. Ramrod trying to pull to the left and go a little defensive, but that will be no stress at all for the Banana Boat crew as Capita Hood goes through for P1 there. That looks like the Toro Rosso coming back at him there through the next turn. And now we're going to go wheel to wheel. The long run down to the fast right-hander. Side by side, the Renault and the Toro Rosso. Let's see who comes out on top. That's going to be a Renault car coming out in front into the high-speed chicane here. Get that engine nice and turned up. Let's see if he decides to go for the move down the next straight. Power on nice and early, getting a way better exit than Capita Hood. Going to the left side here. Cap's going to have that inside line, but he's got a very poor exit, and he will have to concede the position back to Ramrod. Certainly much more of a two-sided race. That's Capita Hood back up the inside, though. Not ready to let go of that one quite yet. And back to the start-finish straight here. Let's see if Ramrod can get the cutback done. No, that Renault's placed himself perfectly in the middle of the track there. Still no DRS as this is going to be lap 2. Pulling to the inside. Let's see who will break later. Ooh, into the left-hander. Ramrod's just gotten in front. Will he cover off that inside line this time? Not let Cap go right back through. Yes, he's done well to do that now. But Cap's gotten a much better exit. Let's see who takes the much wider line through there. Interesting move by Ramrod to not come back across and maybe make Cap rethink into the right-hander. He'll leave him plenty of space. We're side by side now, heading into the chicane. We're dipping a wheel onto the grass. Both drivers getting after it here today at Silverstone. Ramrod back in front, Capita Hood back in front, just trading blows through the chicane. No DRS. It's going to be a drag race down to the right-hander here. Let's see how we do. Ramrod's going to stay just in front, take that inside line. DRS is going to be open. Ramrod's going to go just a little defensive, but he's going to opt to keep that outside line. But it looks like Cap's going to go right through there. No surprise. Can Ramrod hold it around the outside? Let's see. Just so. Well done to the Toro Rosso driver. That is not an easy position to be in by any means. Side by side again. Another great battle on our hands. Let's see. Cap's going to pull up the inside there. Ramrod really defenseless to do anything. Into the chicane, though. A blue car looking nice and planted and going to get a much better run through. Pull right out of the slipstream. DRS wide open. It's going to be a drag race into the right-hander. Who's going to hold the line better? Cap's going to have to concede, tuck in right behind. Let's see if he'll come back in again here and do a dive bomb up the inside. Yes, it looks like he will. Late on the brakes. He's got the move done. He's gotten around him. Well done to Cap at a Hood now. Back down the pit straight. Ooh, running very deep there. That will hurt his exit speed, though. Ramrod will be licking his lips about that. Now, a great exit through the last two corners, right on the rear wing of that French car. Not sure it's powered by baguettes, but whatever it is, it will need all the love it can get right now. Ramrod going to try to stick it around the outside. Just done it, Cap at a Hood, and maybe thinking about getting a DRS on this next run. So he won't have it. Ramrod now coming back at him. Will we see a late move up the inside? Yes, we will. Side by side into the left-hander. Toro Rosso's back in front. 1.5 laps to go. Ooh, that's the Renault pulling just back in front with a better line through there. Let's see. Oh, he's going to try to sell him the dummy. And it looks like he's gotten the move done. What an excellent overtake by Ramrod. Cap's got to be scratching his head how he was able to fall for that one. But he's got a very poor exit on the turn, so he will have to concede that position back to Cap at a Hood. But this has been a scintillating battle, to say the least, so far. If you're Ramrod, you got to think you're in a very beneficial position because you will have the benefit of the doubt on this last lap, pulling to the inside, flying past the Renault. Let's see who breaks later. Ooh. Cap maybe saying, don't go just yet. I've got a few more tricks up my sleeve. Let's see what he's got planned for an overtake on this final lap. Will we see the 11 seed upset the 3 seed? Would be this stuff of a Cinderella story for sure here at King of the Grid. Brought to you by PPR. Into the right-hander. Cap running a little deep there. Into Maggots and Beckett's. Let's see who does this better. Down the final second to last straight of the day. He's got that DRS open. Pulling to the inside. Oh, Ramrod's going to try to come back at him. Make him think twice about that. But that looks like Cap up the inside. Can Ramrod get a dive bomb of the century done here? Into the final complex of turns. Ooh, Cap at a Hood sweeping across. That will just keep Ramrod in line. Looking for the cutback, though. Can we get them side by side into the finish line? Cap at a Hood only 1/10 in front. And yes, he will pull it off, folks. That is another excellent King of the Grid race here.
Next up, we have our 7 seed Persian King in the Renault versus the number 2 seed Rogue in the Ferrari. 5 red lights and it's lights out. And they're underway. Persian getting a good start. Rogue trying to tuck in behind the Renault. Persian King leading through the first corner. Nice start, nice clean start by both of these drivers. Persian King looking for the upset here today, as Rogue will just tuck in behind and follow Persian King down the main straight. Here they come out of Maggots and Beckett's. Rogue right on the back of Persian King will have that DRS this lap. Rogue with plenty of battery to push himself down the straight. Goes down the inside of Persian King into the corner. They're side by side. Rogue gets the move done. Goes very deep there. Persian King will come back now. Renault on his right side going into the next corner. And Persian King will take it back. As Rogue goes deep now, diving down Persian King. Persian King will stay on the inside, giving him a decent amount of space there. Rogue comes back, a little tap on the back of Persian King. Persian King will be ahead going into turn 1. We're on lap 4 now. As Rogue is right on the back of Persian King. You couldn't get any closer. Rogue will tuck in behind now, as Persian King has held the lead. Rogue approaching his final chance to make the move on the final lap now. Right on the back of Persian King. Has plenty of battery to spare. Within 1/10 going through Maggots and Beckett's. They're right behind it. Oh, he taps Persian King. Oh, and he goes round. Oh my goodness. Rogue has gone around. Persian takes the lead by a long shot now, and Rogue has completely done his chances. Persian King out in the lead. Nothing to worry about now. And Rogue just sits there. He will be done and out of this tournament as Persian King slowly rolls towards the line in the Renault. This will be an upset, ladies and gentlemen. Persian King crosses the line and wins the King of the Grid challenge here for the quarterfinals, and will move on to the semifinals. Rogue will unfortunately go home, and Persian King will move on. That wraps up the quarterfinals for our PC side, as our semifinal is set with Sloppy taking on Cream and Capita Hood taking on Persian King. We'll see you next time for more PPR King of the Grid.